All right, today we're going to talk alignments. Step one, pull the car on the rack. Now, always have someone guiding you. Not only does it make it so that you can be perfectly center, but you also have to stop here. Okay, we line up the very front edge of the tire, whoops, with the center of the plate. So it doesn't matter how big your tire is, how small your tire is, you line up the front edge with the plate. We never ever drive onto the plates, because when you hit the brakes, it bangs that plate forward and it breaks the balls that are inside that it rolls on, and then it doesn't roll smooth. All right, so step two, say hi, Jesse.
Hey, how's it going?
Is we're gonna put the car up in the air. There's an on-off switch, it's already on. Raise, lower, and locks. So we raise it up, and if it's not on the locks, you see the blinking light, it will beep at you until you lower it onto the locks. Even if it's just a little bit, it has to be on the locks. So let's raise it up. Now the question is, how high do we raise it? If we raise it there, and it's not on the locks, but you can see these yellow-black hash lines don't line up. We need those to line up perfectly, because that's where the rack's calibrated to. So we're going to raise it one more lock, set it on the locks, and now you can see that that line is lined up perfectly. And so that's the only place we can do an alignment, because that's where the rack is calibrated to be level. All right. Now, we're going to come up here and take a look at the screen and the computer. And we're going to start win align. It loads. Yeah.
3 screens.
Okay, we're ready. So in most cases, your next step is going to be right here in the corner, begin alignment. For vehicle identification, you can enter it manually, or you can grab the fancy little gun. Open the door, find the barcode, and when it beeps, you got it. So it wants to know which size tires we have with this vehicle. I happen to know it's the one it's on. So we're going to click, if we want to change it, you just click on the other if you have 17-inch wheels. So we're going to click OK. It gives us a warning about if we have electronic stability control. It's required to be reset after an alignment. This car doesn't have it. So, if you want to follow me around a little bit. Okay, we start with left front, which is, get here, which is 0, and you can see the illustration, it goes on the left front. So please don't put them on the wrong wheels. Okay? The hunter symbol and basically the arms go level. We bring these out, clip into a notch in the tread on front and rear. Make sure it's about in the middle of the wheel.
It just went dead on us.
No, it's fine. And lock it in.
Just touch it. Okay, perfect.
This in the middle is a DNFW. Do not fool with it. Okay?
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Okay? We'll do the other front. Same way. Notice this one doesn't have a hubcap, but it doesn't care. Okay. So if it's stuck, there's a release here that you can get it to pull into. Again, hunter straight up. Oh, it's stuck because it was locked. So don't have it locked. You got to make sure it unlocks, and then you lock it in, and it should be good and secure on the tire.
Nice and tight.
Okay. We'll do. Lock it in.
Those are
secure.
Those are way nicer.
Okay. So it sees all 4 targets, so it moves to this screen that says roll the vehicle toward the front. So we're going to come back here. I'm going to let you get away. I know it's zoomed way out, and I haven't figured out how to zoom yet. But what we're going to do is I'm going to move this forward, and we're going to watch the screen. And when we're just going to roll the vehicle forward onto the plates, and when the arrows turn green, we set the wheel chocks back in, and I don't know if it'll show up in the video, but you heard an air hiss. All the plates are unlocked, and it's moving freely now. Okay, so we're going to come around here, and it says install a brake pedal depressor. You want to grab the camera and
Come around this way.
brake pedal depressor is a real simple tool. You put it against the brake pedal, you push, and you slide this up until it touches the seat. It doesn't have to be super hard because it's just keeping the vehicle from rolling. Okay, it says install the brake pedal depressor and steer the wheels as directed. So, you can use the steering wheel. I prefer to use the tire. But you steer the wheels to the left. It goes beep. Then you steer the wheels to the right. Then you steer the wheels straight ahead. Come on, catch up. There we go. It's a little touchy. Very, very tiny motions to get centered. Then we level the steering wheel, which it kind of skipped ahead on. But there's our alignment angles. Okay. It looks like we have rear toe that's out of spec. We've got a little bit of a thrust angle here. The front end, we have a camber split of 1/2 degree. So a car pulls to the most positive camber. So that's this one because they're negative, so the smaller number is more positive. And the least positive caster, so that's this one. So they're pretty much going to balance out. We can, where is it? Illustrate adjustments. If you want to know what adjustments, and you can just click next illustration. We've already seen this screen. There is no rear and camber or toe adjustment. So we can't fix anything in the back. There is no caster adjustment. If we want camber in the front, we loosen the strut bolts. This warning here says, or the instructions here say that it's not going to move very much because the bolts almost fit the hole. But you can get smaller bolts that are specially designed for this vehicle, and that'll allow it to move more. The toe, this is the tie rod, this is your rack and pinion here. You loosen this lock nut, put a wrench on the inner tie rod and turn it. I'm going to give you the warning here. Break this loose, because if it's stuck to the tie rod, and they will be, it's going to twist up this boot and tear it. So make sure you break this loose and make sure you're paying attention that that tie rod turns inside the boot. But you adjust it and then you lock the lock nut back down. Okay? There's virtually no adjustments on this. All we can adjust is front camber, which is good. If you want to know how to adjust caster, you can click on the wrench right next to the thing and go to Illustrate Adjustments, and of course it'll just tell you that you can't. If you want to adjust camber, it'll show you Illustrate Adjustment. You can also video adjustment, and it'll show you.
Camber adjustment is provided at the base of the strut. Loosen the lower
We're not going to watch it, but there it is. It's a video that shows you step by step how to do it. Okay? Now we're going to go to make additional measurements. Okay? Because there's some additional things that you have to write down. We're not going to do frame angle. You can do ride height. That's not one of the things required. We can do a symmetry, wheelbase, and track width, and it gives you all the measurements. The rear track is 57.4, the front track is 58.7, so it's over an inch different. The left wheelbase and the right wheelbase are 0.3 of an inch different. You can actually measure those, and you click on OK. We are going to measure toe out on turns. Okay, so we'll click that and we'll click OK, and it says there's no wide angle extender targets, but we're going to ignore that for now. Okay, I'm going to get up and I'm just going to turn the steering wheel. You have to be careful to stay out of the camera. Basically, we had, I think, 0.06 or 0.08 toe in. Notice when we get out here, and if we get out to the edge, one of them will disappear. And I can't see because I'm in the way.
Almost a degree.
So about
0.8.
we'll go to, we have both of them, and then we'll take the lowest number to an even degree. And so you can see we have 0.64 degrees of toe out when we turn to the left. If we turn to the right, we'll also go to 14 degrees, so we're looking about the same. And we have hundredth of a degree is not very much on the steering wheel. We have 0.64 toe out to the right. So the toe out on turns is pretty even. That means we're in pretty good shape. If it's off, then you have to investigate why. And then straight ahead. Oops, close enough. Okay. So we're going to just bypass the measurement because we didn't hook up the extra stuff that it wanted. So the next step is to verify caster. It just makes you run another caster sweep. And from here we can just look at all of our angles. And this includes the setback, which we didn't measure, which you're going to have to measure. So that's measure here, measure the toe out on turns. And I think that's all the ones that are on the check sheet. Okay. Whoops. I didn't want to measure frame angle. I wanted to cancel. So we can verify caster, cancel it. Oh, it's not going to let me skip it. But when you redo it, then you can hit print, adjust the wheel straight ahead, Again, this is tiny little adjustments. I'm basically bumping the tire with the heel of my hand. It's steered straight ahead. Print summary. The printer is hiding in this neat little compartment here. And it'll spit that out for you. And then we're done. We can exit. I don't know where it is. Exit the aligner. It locks the plates, and we unhook them. Notice they're not level, they're not flat anymore because we rolled it forward for the compensation. That's the word I wanted, not the other one. And we unhook these, hang them back up where you got them from, and we're done.